Thank you for this opportunity to share. Appreciate it. We've had a wonderful experience at Eyecelerator over the years, and this is no exception. At Nanoscope, we are developing mutation-agnostic gene therapies for retinal dystrophies. RP and Stargardt specifically are late phase at the moment, and I'll be sharing more about those today. To date, this is the only platform that has shown meaningful restoration of vision and visual acuity in late-stage patients with these afflictions. And we're very proud of that fact. We're very excited about what's going to happen in the future for that. And I want to mention that this is happening after a single intravitreal injection. Patients, after a quite simple diagnosis of RP, receive a quite simple administration of an IVT. They go home, and a few weeks later, they see again. It really is quite that simple. It was not quite that simple to get to this point, but it's going to be quite that simple for those of you clinicians. Once injected, the way that the therapies work today is that an AAV package payload transduces bipolar cells. Those bipolar cells that are transduced become light sensitive, and they are now de facto photoreceptors that take the place of the photoreceptors that have died through disease. So we're not trying to slow things down. We're not trying to intervene before stuff happens. We're thinking about things are happening or have already happened, and let's do something about it to make you see again. And that's what we're seeing in the trials. That's what we're going to see in the market. These photoreceptors that we're creating in the bipolar cells are stable. The cells before transduction remain stable late into the disease progression, creating a very wide opportunity to treat patients. If you have lost a lot of your vision already, we are still applicable, and we may be applicable in a life-changing way, and we've seen that over and over and over again. We also have pipeline programs in other IRDs, LCA specifically. We firmly believe that we are a solution for all IRDs, and that will be proven throughout time. And we also have a program that is non-virally delivered for GA, and we are excited to get that into the clinic. Today I'll be focused on the top two for RP and Stargardt, which we think are approaching a compelling market opportunity. I'm going to start with RP. We're on the verge of a BLA submission for this program. We feel confident about where we stand with that, and we're excited to proceed and execute. The clinical package that submission is going to stand upon is the RESTORE randomized controlled trial that met both primary and key secondary endpoints for vision restoration. Visual acuity got better in these patients that don't have a lot of vision left. And we've seen a positive response across regulators, clinicians, and obviously the patients that are seeing better today. From a regulatory perspective, again, we've seen very wide support and broad support and partnership with the agency. And we think that speaks to how powerful the platform and these assets specifically are for these patients. And we've seen that through to the manufacturing, which is no simple task in gene therapy. Some of you in the audience know that firsthand, and we obviously do. The PPQ campaign is ongoing. We feel good about that. We have validated our analytics, and this is about making drug supply for the market at this point in our eyes. And increasingly, to that point, we're thinking about the commercial opportunity this is going to create and what that looks like to do. What I'll show you a little bit later is a targeted approach to these patients in need. I'm pleased to also share that to that end, we have completed a successful and positive pre-BLA meeting with the FDA. In that meeting, we were able to confirm with the FDA that no further clinical work will be needed to support a BLA submission, that the preclinical package as it stands right now is sufficient, and that they are amenable to our ongoing PPQ. And based off of that, we're going to begin a BLA submission. We feel good about that BLA submission, and we're thinking about how to take advantage of this market opportunity to get this drug to patients in need. And so we partnered with Verona Data recently to identify exactly where the bulbous of patients are and what practices are treating the most of them, so that with a very lean sales force, we can immediately impact these patients, immediately get this out, and immediately build a big business around it. And this is going to be a simple experience both for the patients and the clinicians. Do you have RP? The doctor says, yes, you can be treated, and you will get treated in 15 minutes in a doctor's office. We see a similar thing for Stargardt. I know I'm over time already, but I'll be short here. Essentially, we're on track for a single registrational phase 3 trial that will soon begin. Oh, can I go back? What that's going to do is create an overlaying market opportunity where we see a launch late in 26 in RP, followed by a launch in Stargardt in 28 that will similarly affect tens of thousands of patients at premium pricing. And again, through a 15-minute procedure in the office. So in closing, I just want to say that I'm obviously not a clinician, but I appreciate the fact that you as clinicians have been robbed of the opportunity to be the superhero that you get to be in other indications. And I want you to know that Nanoscope is on the verge of changing that for you and these patients, that you'll be able to call them back into the office and provide that kind of superhero effect that you do through other treatments that work today, right away. That's how it will be for this as well. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate your attention.
That's the difference between a business development presentation.
I used to be a scientist too.
No, just congratulations on the progress to date. What do you think?
Thank you, we're thrilled.
What do you think, Namrata?
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, we've been watching your journey even in Eyecelerator over the last few years. I'm curious about Stargardt now as you're moving to, because, you know, do you think it'll still just be one injection that would be able to surface in Stargardt as well? And what kind of endpoints would you be looking for?
Yeah, I think the way to look at this is that the injection is going everywhere through the IVT. And what we've seen is that the transduction of those target cells is everywhere, generally across the cell layer. And so there may be a different source where the need of treatment is greater, but what we're going to do is supplement light sensitivity across the area that's transduced and basically bring up vision across the board.
Thank you.
Thank you.